One of the questions that I still get time and time again is how to invest in CBD or cannabis or hemp or anything related to medical marijuana or anything around that. And the question is very simple. The answer is complicated at times because of all of the regulation that goes around it. But don't let that confuse you. There's a lot of industries with regulations. Medical industry is heavily regulated. Alcohol and tobacco are regulated. And before, much before, it was very difficult to put your products in distribution. Still, there's a lot of regulation, for example, around alcohol. So there's specialty distributors for each state and each type of alcohol. There's beer distributors, beer licenses, on-premise, off-premise, etc. Same happens with cannabis, CBD, etc. What you have to look at if you're investing or want to invest or you're an analyst in the industry is supply chain. Don't look at the brand. Don't look at the manufacturing. It is very easy to come up with a new brand. I come up with new brands for customers all the time. It is not so easy to get your product into distribution. So look, number one, for the consumer. How's the consumer? Who is the consumer? But then number two is how will they get that product to the consumer? Is it through convenience stores, supermarkets? Is it through pharmacy, through dispensaries? And then who delivers there? Or maybe is it even direct response or direct to consumer, which is more difficult at times and easier other times. If it's online, for example, online sales, everybody is jumping to online sales, so the barrier of entry is very low. If it's not online, but it is through convenience stores, one-on-one, direct sales, that's more interesting to me. It should be more interesting to you. So look at that. How are they getting the product to that store, to that retailer, and to that consumer? That's only number one. Number two is, and this is where most entrepreneurs miss their mark. Number two is cost of acquisition of that account, cost of acquisition of each retailer. How much does it cost to get your product in there? Then after that, number two in the retailer is cost of acquisition of the consumer. Not a one-time consumer, but a consumer that will buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, time and time again. And that leads us to the final one at retail, which is the cost of maintaining that consumer. If you're investing in a company or considering a company and they have at least good answers to those questions, move them to the pile that you like, not to the pile you will throw away. Because in my experience, only 1% of entrepreneurs know that information. If you're an entrepreneur looking at this video, well, you need to look at that information. Remember, all of these products that we mentioned, CBD, oils, smokables, cannabis, hemp, they're all consumer packaged goods at the end of the day. So we have to look at the same things. This is Jorge Olson. If you have questions, send them to me. I will answer them through a video, and I'll see you soon.